Guys, what's up? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So I know it's still in the early stages of this week. I said 3 minutes or less for the video. Sorry about my voice. I'm going to do my best to get through it, but I have a lot of information I want to cover, and this is kind of just a random video. But I feel like if you're new here, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. So, without further ado, I want to talk about specifically how to create a meal plan and how to kind of figure out your macros and figure out your calories and stuff like that. So really quick, you can do a lot of different things. You could take like your body weight times 14 or body weight times 12 or body weight times 13 or whatever, and you could play around with those numbers. So if you're 200 times 12, whatever that comes out to, 2,400 calories or whatever a day, you could start there, and then you can play with your calories. If you don't want to do that, just go to bmrcalculator.com. BMR calculator. Just go there and then punch in your stuff. Be very honest with your exercise and activity, and it'll have little explanations. It pops out a number for me to lose weight at 2,400 calories. I know I could be higher than that, but today I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that number just because I'm not ramping up to do a competition right at the moment. So I was like, it's a good time to kind of clean my system out and get some healthier food and options in me, some leaner meats and stuff like that. So I'm going with the 2,400 calories. I'm an endomorph, okay? I don't do well with a lot of carbohydrates. My performance does great, but I pack on body fat like that. So I'm going to go for macros that are going to be a little bit higher, and you can use these macros too. I'm going to be going for 25. Here, let me show you real quick so I don't have to, without showing you what I'm talking about. I'm going to be going for 35% protein, 25% carbohydrates, and 40% fat. What that comes out to for me, and I'm like currently, when I started the challenge, I was 315. I'm at 309 right now. But these can work with somebody smaller than me, bigger than me. It just kind of depends. So you take that 35%, okay? And then you say 2,400 is my total calories. I don't have it on here. 2,400 is my total calories. 2,400 times 0.35 comes out to 840 calories. 840 divided by 4 calories per gram of protein comes out to 210 grams of protein. That's 35%. Carbs, same thing. You just do 2,400 divided by times 0.25 comes out to 600 calories, 150 grams of carbs, and then 25%, and then so on. Then I'm going to come over here, and I don't have money at the moment, and I don't have the ability to go grocery shopping. So what I'm actually just using the stuff that I have in my house for now, because I actually don't have much of a protein source. The only thing I could find was tuna, a couple cans of tuna, and then I had some oatmeals left from my previous meal plan. So what I'm going to do is I only have 150 grams of carbs per day, which should be perfectly fine, to be honest. And those 150 grams of carbs are going to be around my workout or earlier in the day. So before, when I was doing prepping for the competition, I was doing like a high carb day and a low carb day, depending on if I was lifting or not. This time I'm just going straight across 2,400. I'm not going to worry about high, low, because I'm going to be working out more frequently, and it's just going to be a mess. I'm going to be like 4 to 6 days a week right now. Added in some cardio and stuff like that. So I should be in a perfect good deficit. But what you can do is you can get you a sheet and just work through the day. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days to kind of figure out what works for you. If you like steak more than you like chicken, if you like chicken more than you like steak or something like that, that's fine. But understand, a piece of steak this big and a piece of chicken this big are not created equal, whether it's through protein, whether it's through fats, whether it's through uh, anything, a size, volume. A lot of the times when you're leaning out, you want to go for the leaner meats like chicken, fish, turkey, and things like that for a couple reasons. But the main reason is because you want to reduce the fat and get more volume. So if I get 300 calories of chicken, I might get a piece this big. 300 calories of steak might be a piece this big. So you just feel fuller longer. You get more voluminous food out of it. But just get you a sheet, get your macros right, and understood that part, the calories and stuff like that. And then you have just like a guideline. Now, I will say, if you think you're going to eat like Reese's peanut butter cups and fucking protein shakes all day, you're all fucked up. Like, you're mistaken. It's not going to work like that. But within reason, you can flex on certain things. You could say, Jonathan, I don't give a fuck about pork chops. I don't like pork chops. That's fine. That works. That's whatever. Maybe you're like, I want a lettuce wrap. I want lettuce tacos or something like that with salsa and cheese and sour cream. And that's great. That's no problem. You could fit that into your macros. But remember, you have to first I would worry about the protein, then I would worry about the fats, and then I would just fill in whatever I had left with the carbohydrates. And remember, those carbohydrates are not like bread and random pastas and stuff. They could be, but it wouldn't be like bread and Twinkies and snacks and ice cream and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you couldn't get away with a small portion of those things, but they're not nutrient dense. They're not going to give you the macronutrients that you're looking for. If you eat one little cup of ice cream that is going to be, 100 grams of carbs or something like that, versus 7 or 10 cups of vegetables or potatoes or things like that, you are going to be, first of all, you're going to be fuller all day, and you're not going to be playing with like blood sugar spikes as much, because a potato and a vegetable is going to make you feel fuller longer than a cup of ice cream, because a cup of ice cream, boom, in 15 minutes you're going to be fucking starving again. And I guarantee you ain't going nowhere and buying a cup of ice cream. So you probably bought a whole fucking gallon. Say goodbye to that fucking gallon in the middle of the night, which is all bad, because your macros are based off of per week, per month, per year. Like, if you ate a whole gallon of ice cream today, you just probably ate your whole fucking week's worth of caloric intake in one night. So why am I not losing weight? Well, that's probably why, because you're eating too many calories, too much, too often, too fast. And your body doesn't care if you only did it once this week. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you threw away your week. Like, you fucked up. And you can't say, oh, I did that ice cream last night, I'm not going to eat for 4 or 5 days. Well, what the fuck? Like, you need the protein, you need the fats, you need the carbohydrates to be able to exercise, to be able to fuel muscle growth, to be able to fucking function. And let's be realistic, just because you had a fucking gallon of ice cream does not mean that you're not going to be hungry for the next 4 or 5 fucking days. Because we all know you're going to wake up in the morning and have your coffee, and where the fuck are my donuts? Like, you're just going to start spiraling out of control. So it's okay to take your time to create a meal plan that works for you. And once you find something that works for you, whatever that may be, those foods that you like and stuff like that, that help you adhere to what you're doing, it's something that you'll probably follow for a really long time. Whether it's like rice and beans or whatever the fuck it ends up being, if you can, adherence is probably the single most important thing. But don't take this video and be like, Jonathan, like, I'll have clients that watch this video, Jonathan, I want carne asada burritos from Filiberto's, because if I eat those 3 times a day, I can fucking adhere to this. Shut the fuck up. Like, let's be fucking realistic. Like, it needs to be good quality whole foods. It's not gonna fucking work. If it worked we'd all be in fucking amazing shape, have a six-pack, and be at fucking Dairy Queen 5 times a day. Okay, it just doesn't work like that. So they got to be good quality whole foods. Try to stay away from sugars. Try to stay away from foods that trigger you. Peanut butter is a trigger for me. I don't fucking keep peanut butter in the house probably for a fucking year, because if I eat 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, boom, I'm thinking about it now. I'm fucking thinking about peanut. Shut the fuck up. No peanut butter. If I eat a tablespoon of peanut butter, I'll eat the whole fucking jar. That's 3,000 calories. That's a day and a half's worth of food right now. Fuck that. Hope that information helped you. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. Hashtag Team Boo. And stay the fuck out of the fucking peanut butter jar. Fuck.